Welcome in, quick hitters. G.Mo Short Crew. Weary Wednesday. As we know, Summer League has been kicked off. And it's a lot of teams finding diamonds in the rough in these Summer League games to help out for next season on their rosters, trying to fill these rosters up. And I mean a lot of diamonds in the rough. Players on two-way contracts, undrafted, trying to make their mark in the pathway to the NBA. Do y'all know this guy up on the screen right here? Do y'all know who this is? Morant, of course. Getting ready for the upcoming season. And it's well documented about Morant. New location, moving on from Memphis. But what people want to know is, can Morant turn around his career? We have, I guess you could call this an introductory for Morant with his new team in Portland. Preparing, getting ready for the upcoming season. His thoughts, what he expects, what he has learned. I think this is going to be an interesting piece. Finally really getting to hear Morant speak. You don't hear him speak too often, especially in this type of way. I've covered Morant early on in recent videos on how I feel about the situation with Morant. He does have a lot to prove. Unfortunate part is I really don't like him with the Portland Trail Blazers. I just think it's guard heavy, talent heavy in his positions. Point guard, two guard, small forward positions. They just got a lot of rotating players. How they manage those minutes is going to be interesting. Then on the flip side, you could say, well, being on a team like this that's guard heavy, he get to hide a little bit. He don't have a lot of pressure on him. He kind of pick and choose the spots. You know, you don't have all eyes on Morant to come through in clutch, put up big numbers every night. No, they got other guys that can do that. IVI is one of them. Got Damian Lillard coming back. Got Sharp. Still got Scoot. So he can be relieved from a lot of pressure, producing at a high level just to start out. But to me, you know, it could work out either way, but I'd love to see him go to a team that really needed his services, where he can prove his leadership, where he could come through in the clutch, manage the game in a different way, see what he has learned since he's been sitting out a lot of these games on the bench, also being suspended at one point in time, being injured as well. So we're going to get into this introductory and hear from Morant himself, but I think it's going to be an interesting piece. We'll chop it down, listen what he has to say, and then we'll move forward from that. But yeah, Weary Wednesday, of course, Morant, and very critical of Morant, of course, because I know he can do better. It's all about what's in between those ears, doing things the right way. So we're not going to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Can you explain the origins of Beneath No One and why it means so much to you?
It was just something my mom always told me when I was younger. Obviously, I was, under-recruited, so it was some type of motivation and confidence, like going into, anything I was doing. So.
And did that play a role in your jersey selection?
Yeah, that's the first thing she texted me. Yeah. And she texted just how I was like that, like put the number 1 under it. So.
Were you offered 12?
Yeah, at first, and then, it talks through. The org had other plans for it, so I honored it.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about getting a fresh start, new organization, and just what are your thoughts on being in Portland now?
Super excited. Obviously excited to be in Portland, ready to get started there. Definitely, grateful for my time in Memphis. That'll always be home for me. But yeah, it's time to get to work now.
How do you feel about how it all played out, in the end? It was pretty public. What did you make of how the process went from January until you eventually be traded?
I was just grateful for, all of it. Obviously, it was things I learned, through that process. Obviously, understanding that, it's a business and, they decided, what they wanted to do for their organization. And, now it's, my time, here in Portland. So my focus, during that time, after the season was just make sure I was in shape and working to, be ready for, wherever I was going. And I was here.
You feel like you need a new start?
Do I feel like I need a new start? I mean, I love it. Happy for it.
Yeah. Why?
Get to, start fresh, like you said. New home, new team, new organization. I get to show, the fans in Portland, a different job. So it's like starting all over again.
What is a different job in your mind?
A different job?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's a lot. I feel like over the years I've grown a lot. I learned a lot. Mindset changed. Go into things differently now. So I just feel like a more mature and just ready to work job.
Have you reflected?
Now, for anybody that's a Ja Morant fan, you should be excited. Portland Trailblazers should be excited. Anybody that's backing Ja Morant at this time is a true fan and rooting for him. They should be excited by his approach and his mindset moving forward for this season. You just never seen it or heard it from Ja before. The man is humbled. That's what I'm listening to. The man is ready to go turn a new leaf, saying all the right things, what you want to hear in a player that's been through what he's been through. They're not holding back. They get into the juicy parts. They're trying to see if he's going to crack. They're going to keep asking these questions. What really everybody want to hear. But y'all like, all right, man, I'm going to answer your questions, but, let's keep it base level. Let's keep it base level. That man's eyes cut sharp.
Good much, and would you do anything different?
I'm actually just reflecting now. It's my first time actually feel like it's actually setting in, but still excited for it. So,
how do you see your fit on the court? I mean, they have a lot of other guards that are kind of play a lot on ball. Dame, Drew, Scoot. Danny also plays. How do you kind of see your on-court fit going with this team?
I mean, I love it. I feel like all those guys you named probably will most likely unlock, new parts of my game, and I feel like I can do the same for them. I don't feel like it'll be a problem, having us on the floor or making sure, minutes match or anything. I feel like we all very unselfish, and the ultimate goal is to win, and that's what we're trying to do.
Do you care?
The ultimate goal is to win. My goodness, man. I don't think Ja's sick. I don't think Ja is sick. Because I've questioned his heart in winning. Man, I love this. I love what I'm hearing so far from Ja Morant. That man said winning. That's the ultimate goal. Not talking about numbers, all right? Who's going to be leading this team? Who getting most of the shine? Don't care about that.
Do you start or come off the bench or how that goes?
No, I don't.
People talk about, a change of scenery, and that comes up a lot in just sports in general, that guys can benefit from a change of scenery. What is it that you're most looking forward to about just being in a different place?
Just to feel, the love once I get there, obviously. And, obviously I go to Portland, during the summers for Nike, but this is different from that. So just feeling the love from them, the comfort from them, and I felt that, already. And then going and just proving myself all over again. Obviously, I got, new faces, but still got to go be the same job.
You mentioned the Nike part. What else do you know about Portland just from?
Key thing right there. Just go be the same Ja. See, everybody's caught up in a Ja changing. Yeah, he can change, but he can't change who he is. He still got to be Ja, especially on the court. You don't want to take away that cockiness. You don't want to take away all his gestures, his celebrations when he's feeling good and when he's scoring the ball. Only thing this guy needs to change is his off-the-court activities. That's it. Adding a few more things, and we'll probably get to that later on. But, yeah, he still needs to be Ja. Don't take that away from him, because you take that away from him, you take away the player, the game.
Your trips there over the years?
The rain, man. It rained a lot. I actually got took fishing in the rain. So that's one thing I know for sure. But I feel like it's a very quiet spot. It's nice. I don't know if y'all pay attention to me lately, but I've been kind of into nature, so I feel like that's a bonus for me also.
Hiking or what?
I'm not hiking now, but I can go walking, ride a bike. I've been kayaking lately, so.
What spurred that?
Just being grateful for, being alive, for, the things I do have, my family, and to now have a fresh start. It was just mind clearing.
Like how do you reach that point, that inflection point that, wow, okay, I'm going to start appreciating things. I'm going to do a new leaf. Like what triggered that?
I mean, I always appreciate things. It was just if I wanted to try new things, and that's.
John said, man, I always appreciated things. You see how he cut him off? I told you, these guys asking them questions, they go deep. They trying to act like it's psychiatrists. Deep. But man, isn't this amazing? John Morant, getting in touch with nature, kayaking, walking. Say not hiking, but he's fishing. This sounds like a new leaf to me already. He's doing activities that calms the brain. Relaxation. In this piece already, I can already see a new leaf turning. Now, of course, he has to prove it coming in next season. We already know that. But I'm going to tell you right now that I want to believe him. And I want you to understand that when I'm talking about turning over a new leaf and this guy so-called going squeaky clean, there's a different squeaky clean I'm talking about. Squeaky clean is meaning not getting yourself suspended, not doing things that's detrimental to the team, blasting your teammates. That's what I'm talking about when I say squeaky clean. Because doing what he does on the floor, his little antics, his cockiness, talking a little trash, being jive, saying something crazy after the game or before the game in the media, long as it's not throwing his teammates under the bus. But, saying things that's kind of like shock value. We ain't worried about all of that. That's jive. But long as he's not getting eliminated from the team, getting suspended, giving up on his teammates, I can call that squeaky clean.
So I say my support system, we always try to find new ways to just make sure everybody's good, do something new, help with the mental. Because everybody, go through things no matter, who you are. So we try to do that together, to have a day where we just can relax and, just feel free, and you can reflect on, whatever you want.
You're a player that's played with a chip on your shoulder throughout your career. Do you think this new change of scenery in the trade will add to that chip?
Oh, for sure.
In what ways?
You'll see.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Did you hear from people with the organization after the trade, the Grizzlies organization?
Josh said, you'll see.
Or Grizzlies fans, and what
Can
was
you
the
repeat that, please?
What did you hear from the Grizzlies organization after the trade, or Grizzlies players, or Grizzlies fans? Like, what was the response from Memphis, given how long you were there and how popular you were?
It was all love. I feel like obviously it's some that might say bad things, whatever about me, but I don't look at it as hate or anything. I just feel like it's tough love to a family member, as I would say. I feel like I have family members that do the same thing. So. I love Memphis. I love the fans. I love the organization, my teammates. I feel like everybody that I was real connected with obviously reached out after the trade, and they all just wished me the best, and it was the same, for me.
So much of your story lately has been injuries and your inability to play. How does your body feel now, and what does that feel like for you?
My body feels great. Obviously, I really don't looking at too much. I just know what I gotta, go out and do, this upcoming season.
How much do you pay attention to things that people say about you online? And has your approach to whether you pay attention to that stuff or not changed over time?
Yeah, I mean, early in my career, I used to see it a lot. Sometimes I used to reply. Well, no, all the time I used to reply. Then as, years went on, I would still see it. Sometimes I don't reply. And then, now I just feel like I'm at a point in my life I'm used to it. I just read some of the stuff, and if I feel like I want to comment or something, I just do it, direct.
Talked to Dylan last night, and he said you're the ultimate teammate. What do you think goes into being a good teammate?
I feel like everything. Obviously, it starts at the top, being a leader. So that's going on and off the court. And then the things, you do for your teammates while you're out there on the floor and off the court. If you make them feel like they're welcome, love, make them feel comfortable, continue to instill confidence out there, while we're on the floor together. And as you build that bond, you become closer, and that's a connection.
Wow, unbelievable. What have I stated in an earlier video about Ja Morant? Not only his heart in winning, but I also stated, have you ever seen Ja Morant congratulate his teammates, pep them up, hype them up, give them high fives, tell them good job? We got it. We in the game. Get your head focused. Let's go get it. You didn't see that too much from Ja. What did this man just say just now about leadership, making his teammates feel comfortable, hyping them up, giving them high fives, giving them the confidence, being the true leader? I told you, man, it don't even sound like this is Ja. Is this a clone? That's what we need to worry about. Is this a clone? This man saying all the right things what you want to hear as a Ja Morant fan that's backing him. Yeah, this seems like a new leaf, a fresh start. That's exactly what this seems like.
And, you can't break.
I've seen you interact with a lot of your teammates already. Tell me what you've learned about some of them.
They rage bait a lot. They rage bait a lot for sure. I feel like it's just to turn a competitive, edge to us. So Denny definitely number one, but he for sure rage bait people to try to make you respond or get you mad. So when we have to play or something,
rage bait. I guarantee you they mess with him like, Ja, you ain't got that blicky in that locker, do you? We ain't having that this season. We won't. If you gonna be doing anything, we want you shooting on the court. All right? You know what people are saying, huh? Do you? They thinking you ain't gonna pan out in Portland. Yeah, they think you ain't no good. You washed up. They believe you gonna find a way to get suspended again. Some of them saying if things don't go right, you might even fake an injury. What you gonna do about that, Ja? Can you change their minds this season? Is your father gonna turn the Crown and Coke into cranberry juice on the sidelines? I guarantee you these are the type of things they were talking about. Rage bait.
You have an edge already.
Is this on the court or just in?
Nah, this amongst each other. Yeah, just amongst each other.
Ja, just in these few minutes we've been talking to you, you've said that you want to show a new job, but then you've also referenced same old job, same job, I think you said. What part needs to be the same and what part needs to be new in your mind as you kind of enter this chapter?
Just staying more focused and, what's the most important thing. Not worrying about, none of the outside stuff. Obviously, I'm in a new place now, so, everything that was a problem or was said now that was in Memphis, it shouldn't matter to me no more. My focus is Portland.
Is it weird to look back at those teams that played in the playoffs, the team that
On the Cincinnati.
Yeah, well, we're on to Cincinnati.
one player left on that team? Do you?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, you see as the pick go that they kept posting every player who kept leaving. But, I feel like we all still connected. So, outside of that, I feel like it's no different for us. But it's definitely with some good years.
What is the biggest misconception you'd like cleared up about you?
Say it again.
What is the biggest misconception you'd like cleared up about you?
That I would like cleared up?
Yeah.
I think you know the answer to that.
No, what?
Talking about that blicky.
My image.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel like you are perceived?
A bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And who are you?
I'm Ja.
Do you think any of that? Do you think any
Amen.
of the perception of you that's out there? Do you think any of that is self-created, or any of that is just kind of?
Obviously, I've done, what I've done in the past, but it's been addressed and handled already. So I don't see why, years later, that's still the topic when nothing happened since, And I feel like if I was that guy, y'all wouldn't be talking to me now. I wouldn't be here. So
You did build up a big fan base regardless of all that in Memphis. And
That's family.
what can you take from that in trying to introduce yourself and become an endeared player in Portland?
I feel like most Portland fans obviously seen me, but I feel like once I get there and, get to connect with them and they actually, get to see Ja in person and see how I move, operate, like talk, engage with everybody, that, I would get that same love that, I got in Memphis, if not more.
Do you know any of the guys on the team currently? Do you know any of them from before? Do you have any relationship with them? Do you ever cross paths with like Dame or Drew or any of those guys before?
Obviously I know him for playing against him. Like if you asking if I hung with him off the court or anything, nah. Like I haven't hung with none of them off the court before then.
Is there anybody you've connected with in particular since you got here and got around the team?
All the guys that you seen me with last night.
Were you surprised it was Portland that traded for you? I think a lot of people outside were like, no, Portland, but they kind of came out of left field.
Honestly, I was surprised with any team that popped up. I didn't know, so.
Yeah.
Hey, man, give it up to these guys asking these questions, man. They ain't not holding no stones back. They dissected this thing, man. They all up underneath the rock. They got this man smiling and giggling like, man, what's going on? How many more you gonna ask? You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna answer them all. I'm gonna bite this bullet, and he biting that bullet well. That will do it for Ja. I'm excited for him. I am. Turn this new leaf. You rarely get to see Ja in this form, speaking for this long. A lot about himself, his new teammates, new location, expectation, and determination. I believe him. I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm rooting for him. Ja Morant coming in this season with Portland, even though I wish it was a different location. I'm going to say that. But on the flip side, it might be the right location. He's not of course he's going to be the focal point. He's Ja Morant. Everything surrounding him. Everybody want to see what he's going to do. But for his performance on the floor, with his teammates, I think they're going to be able to hide him a lot, let him pick his spots, whether he's coming off the bench or whether he's starting. I think he's going to be able to slow groove his way into games and possibly have the ball in his hands on certain sequences down the stretch. Coach might call up a play for him to, hey, man, take the last shot or get us into a good action to get a good shot. All of this stuff is possible. And I expect Portland to be in the mix next season. So all I got to say is go get him, Ja. I'm rooting for you. I guess I'll leave with a little bonus. Sometimes I like to give out a bonus before we close this thing out. As we know, LBJ, I guess you want to call the king. We cover that all the time as well, here and there, even though really don't want to, but it's all in the media. Everybody talks about it, where he's going and what's his decision. I don't know. By the time this is over, he probably already made his decision on where he's going. Who knows? But something tells me, and I'm going to say it here, I believe LeBron James is going to decide to go to the Warriors, in my opinion. And I could be wrong. This is just my opinion. He just as well can go to the Philadelphia 76ers. He just as well can go to the Miami Heat, all the other teams that you hear, Denver and all these other places, Cleveland Cavaliers, back home, whatever the case may be. But I just have a hunch. And the reason why I have that hunch, I just think him and Stephen Curry, they built this little connection. I know the Olympics and all of that other stuff, but I think LeBron James been wanting to play with Stephen Curry for a long time. And if money's not involved, as what they say, his team, Rich Paul and company, that it's all about his happiness, there's no better place to be for happiness than Golden State. The way they move the ball. Playing with a fun-loving Stephen Curry who brings the enjoyment every time he laces them up. Having fun on the court. Playful. Hitting threes. Now, they will make the playoffs. They will make a little noise. I don't think they can win a championship with him, Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, and whatever other pieces they may try to pick up. I don't think it will be a championship team. Now, they will make noise in the playoffs. They'll be a fun team to watch. I just believe with his bond with Stephen Curry and been wanting to play with Stephen Curry, I just have a hunch that that's where he's going to decide to go. So we're going to sit back and watch that and see. And like I said, I could be wrong, just like everybody else. But I just have that hunch. As far as the Miami Heat, you know, they trying to look into getting Klay Thompson. That might waver his decision. I don't know if Klay Thompson joins the Miami Heat or not. But we also heard what Russell Westbrook had to say, didn't we? He said it loud and clear. What did he say? I'll go to Miami. But with LeBron James going, count me out. I'm not going. Hey, man, I honor that from Russell Westbrook. We don't know what happened in L.A., their decisions, conversations behind the scenes, the throwing under the bus, all these types of things that have been in the news. Russell Westbrook has his right if you don't want to play with somebody, especially this late in his career. So if he feels like he's been wronged by LeBron James, hey, what are we to say? We can't judge that man on that. Now for the Miami Heat, Russell Westbrook, will he be a good fit? For as the Heat culture, I think so, but Russell Westbrook has declined. He's not a shooter. You can't really look for him to shoot threes. Attacking the basket, I mean, his athleticism has declined over the years. He really don't even have a consistent pull-up, 12-foot jump shot. You're nervous when he has the ball in his hands. I mean, the guy really don't take care of the basketball. He really turns it over at a high rate. He still can make things happen. Russell Westbrook, he's a winner. He's going to play hard. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about that situation with him going all out. It's just, for me, down in crunch time with Russell Westbrook having a ball in his hands, I'm very quite nervous that he's not going to turn it over or blow a layup. But, you know, you have the right pieces around in Miami. He don't have a heavy dose of responsibility. Mike can go ahead and get away with that. You know, he has a certain package coming off the bench with a certain group. He might can lead them, get them in certain spots and things like that. But, yeah, you don't want to rely heavily on Russell Westbrook. You don't. But if he joins the Miami Heat, I don't think I have too much problem with it. Like I said, they're already going to be top heavy. So he just will be an added piece that brings the energy, holding people accountable, the aggression, talking the smack, you know, Russell Westbrook. So, no, I wouldn't mind him if they happen to just put him on the team. But I believe there are a lot of other players out there that they could pick up that can X him out instead of getting Russell Westbrook. But we're going to see how it's going to go. We really going to see how it's going to go. DeMar DeRozan, he's floating around still. So Pat Riley and them, they're willing to deal, and they're really trying to build this roster out. And pretty soon, after this LeBron James saga is over with, the pieces are going to start falling into place. That's all they're waiting on, of course, what LeBron James is going to do, as we stated. Houston Rockets, looking good. Looking good for us, the diamonds in the rough that they're finding. Oh, I want to go back to Miami Heat real quick. That Trey Donaldson guy, oh my goodness, man. We already know about Conwell, but Donaldson, these diamonds in the rough that they're finding. It's another guy out there too. What's his name for the Miami Heat that been coming through? But my goodness. Yeah, man, diamonds in the rough in the summer league. That's what it's for. You find them. Now to get back on the Houston Rockets, man. Bruce Thornton, he's looking nice out there, man. He looked like he's done it before. Way beyond his years. I know it's summer league, but once we get to the regular season and start getting into NBA mode, I still think this guy still has some tangibles that can show up in real time. Find another piece, you're rolling. All right? Not saying that's going to get him over the hump, but it's a start. And they're still trying to fill out the roster. You know, you hear noise about DeMar DeRozan You just don't know what's going to be the finishing pieces to these rosters until LBJ makes his decision. Then everything's going to fall in place, and that's what everybody's waiting on. I'm not waiting on it, but that's what everybody else is waiting on. All right? G.S.Q.H, Goodymo Sports Quick Hits, and John Morant, man. Like I say, I'm feeling good about his situation. Feeling good about his mindset. And I want to believe him. And I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt coming in the season. Like I say, I'm not looking for squeaky clean, but squeaky clean is just not being available for your team. Suspension. Not putting in an extra clip. Staying focused. Being that leader that you just talked about. Enjoy y'all Weary Wednesday. We're up out of here. Peace.